नमस्कार दोस्तों, कला वीथी के साथ चलिए भारत रंग महोत्सव के बाद मेटा की यात्रा पर। मेटा मीन्स महेंद्रा एक्सेलेंस इन थिएटर अवार्ड्स। यह मेटा का 20वां संस्करण है। दोस्तों, इस वर्ष मेटा का लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड दिया जा रहा है शांता गोखले जी को। शांता गोखले भारतीय कला और साहित्य जगत की एक अमूल्य धरोहर हैं, जिन्होंने अपने लेखन के माध्यम से सामाजिक और सांस्कृतिक मुद्दों को गहराई से छुआ है। शांता गोखले को 20वें लाइफ टाइम मेटा अचीवमेंट अवार्ड से नवाजा जाएगा। मेटा की जूरी में इस वर्ष कबीर बेदी, ललित दुबे, दादी पदम जी, के नंदिनी सिंगला और सुधीर मिश्रा शामिल हैं। आइए आपको दिखाते हैं मेटा के मुख्य आकर्षण।
Mahindra Excellence in Theatre Awards. The nominees are Chanda Bedni, directed by Anirudh Sarkar, produced by Rangakarmi, Bhopal, Hindi. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Light Design, Best Sound and Music Design, Best Costume Design, Best Actor in a Lead Role, Female, Best Choreography.
बामन की अगली परीक्षा ले लेते हैं।
वो कैसे?
इसे कहो कि हमारे संग बैठ के दारू पिए, मांस खाए और जनेऊ उतार के फेंक दे।
Kando Ningal Ente Kuttiye Kando, directed by Kannan Palakkad, produced by Navarang Palakkad, Palakkad, Kerala, Malayalam. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Stage Design, Best Original Script. Nisango Ishwar, directed by Suman Saha, produced by Bengal Repertory, Kolkata, Bangla and Sanskrit. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Sound and Music Design, Best Costume Design, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Female, Best Actor in a Lead Role, Male, Best Original Script.
হ্যাঁ কৃতবর্মা, তোমার ওই ঘৃণা অনেক বেশি সত্য বিশুদ্ধ ছিল ওই বৈষ্ণব কবি গোসাইদের ভক্তির থেকে।
Dashanana Swapna Siddhi, directed by Manju Kodagu, produced by Bhaire Vichitram, Heggodu, Karnataka, Kannada. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Light Design, Best Costume Design, Best Actor in a Lead Role, Female.
ಆರ ನಂಬಿಸಿ ನಿನಗೆ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದುದೇನು ಲಂಕೇಶ್ವರಿಗೆ?
ಸ್ವಾರ್ಥ ಸಾಧನೆಗೆ ರಕ್ಷಿಸಲ್ ನನ್ನ ಮಾಂಗಲ್ಯಂ.
ಕೈಲಾಸ ಸುಸ್ಥಿರಂ ಮಾಂಗಲ್ಯಂ ಏಗಳು ನಿನಗೆ.
Swang, Jas Ki Tas, directed by Akshay Singh Thakur, produced by Rangabharan Cultural and Social Welfare Society, Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, Hindi and Bundeli. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Female, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Male, Best Ensemble, Best Choreography.
अब तक कोई भी कीमत पे वापस आने तैयार ही नहीं है तो हमारा ने वही भेजी थी कि तुम्हें वापस ले आए।
लेकिन अम्मा ठाकुर से झूठ बोलने की कीमत सिर्फ मौत है, मौत।
अरे बेटा,
Matia, directed by Arun Lal, produced by Astitva Mangaluru, Mangaluru, Karnataka, Kannada. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Stage Design, Best Light Design, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Male.
ದೊಡ್ಡಾಟ ಬೇಡವ, ದೊಡ್ಡಾಟ ಸಣ್ಣದಿರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಸಣ್ಣಾಟ ನೋಡು, ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರ್ತದೆ.
Portal Waiting, directed by Abhi Tambe, produced by Abhi Tambe, Bengaluru, Karnataka, English. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Sound and Music Design, Best Original Script,
They spoke of the time that they lived in, they spoke of love, they spoke of humanity, they spoke of so many things. And sometimes it sounded like they were speaking directly to me.
Jeevante Malaka, directed by O.T. Shahjahan, produced by athlete Kaika Nadakavedi, Palakkad, Kerala, Malayalam. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Stage Design, Best Light Design, Best Sound and Music Design, Best Costume Design, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Female, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, Male, Best Ensemble, Best Choreography. Bob Marley from Kodihalli, directed by Lakshman KP. Produced by Jangama Collective, Bengaluru, Karnataka, Kannada. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Actor in a Lead Role, Female, Best Actor in a Lead Role, Male, Best Original Script. Beloved, Theatre, Music, Queerness and Ishq, directed by Sapan Saran. Produced by Tamasha Theatre, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Hindi, English. Nominated for Best Production, Best Director, Best Sound and Music Design, Best Costume Design, Best Original Script, Best Ensemble.
सरेआम झूठ बोलती थी, कहती थी पुलिस में है, छुरी चेन पिस्तौल उसका पहनावा देख हमने मान लिया।
अरे भाई पुलिस में ही नौकरी करना चाहती थी, पर सरकारी नौकरी हलवा है क्या? कैसी लग जाए हाथ में?
Thank you all for coming here today, and for us really today is a great landmark occasion, 20 years of a festival. 20 years is a long time, and I know the first time that we walked into Anand Mahindra's office 21 years ago, Ravi Dubey and I, to sort of put the idea and the process together, who would have thought that 20 years later we'd still be here with a festival that's so vibrant and exciting. सब कहते रहते हैं ना कि थिएटर मर गया है, सब केवल टेलीविजन देखते हैं, कोई नहीं पढ़ता है. And every year we come back and say this is not true. ये 20 साल में 4,200 productions have been submitted to the Meta Secretariat. Over 45,000 artists and technicians have been part of it. But what has really been exciting that over 42 million people have engaged with Meta in some way or the other in India and across the world. खास करके जब COVID हुआ था, and it was just, we shut down literally on the day that Meta was supposed to open in 2020. We're absolutely delighted to announce the Lifetime Achievement. This is the 15th Lifetime Achievement Award that Meta is going to be awarding. ये शुरुआत में नहीं थी Lifetime Achievement Award. It started 15 years ago. This year, the Lifetime Achievement Award will be awarded to Shanta Gokhale. She's worked as an English lecturer at Elphinstone and HR colleges, and a sub-editor at Femina, and a PR executive at Glaxo, and as an arts editor at the Times of India. She's written and translated since 1960. She's authored multiple novels, plays, short stories, film scripts, and numerous articles. She's been a culture columnist for The Independent, for the Sunday Times of India, for Midday and Mumbai Mirror. She has translated works by Vijay Tendulkar and Mahesh Elkunchwar and others between Marathi and English. And it's really through the translation that the amount of spaces that Vijayji's work and Mahesh Elkunchwar's work has traveled beyond the shores of Marathi, but really across the world. And it's really due to Shanta Gokhale's translations that their work became accessible not only in English, but through further translations into other languages, both in India and across the world. Most importantly, Vishnupriya and I were talking about, she's written a seminal book on Marathi theatre. And sadly, in most other languages or traditions, be it in Gujarati or Bengali or Malayalam or Kannada, where theatre continues to be celebrated, there isn't this kind of seminal work that Shanta Gokhale has written to celebrate Marathi theatre. So for us, it's really an honor to announce this award and congratulate her for her lifetime work, and we hope to have her with us here on the 20th, where she will deliver both her keynote address and be present at the 20th Mahindra Excellence in Theatre Awards and Festival. This brings me to our jury for 2020. Joining us at the jury for the 2020 Meta Awards will be Dadi Padamji, whose recent festival, the Ishara International Festival, which is actually older than Meta by 1 year. It was one of the first Indian festivals that we started with Dadi, which is the Ishara International Theatre Festival. Dadi Padamji is also the celebrated contemporary puppeteer of India, and he's brought puppetry really into the mainstream. He's also the recipient of the Sangeet Natak Akademi Award in 1997 and the Padma Shri in 2011. Kabir Bedi of St. Stephen's College is India's most versatile and famous international actor with a career that spans from Bollywood to Hollywood and through Europe in film, television, theatre and radio. Lilette Dubey, renowned award-winning Indian film actor, producer, and director, and has been the artistic director of her very own company, the Primetime Theatre, the Primetime Theatre Company, in which I used to act at one point of time. आजकल तो मुझे कोई कास्ट नहीं करते, कहते बड़ा डरते मुझसे, पता नहीं क्यों. But she was my first director as well, along with Barry John, etc. So we're delighted to get, as Jay Shah said to Ravi Dubey, the founder and Meta's creative director initially. We have with us Ambassador Nandini Shringla, who is, as you all know, the Director General of the Indian Council of Cultural Relations. Sudhir Mishra is, as you all know, an award-winning Indian film director with such productions as Dharavi and Hazaro Khwaishe Aisi, which won both the national awards as well as the Filmfare Award. But really, one of the more interesting films that he is always associated with is the cult film Jaane Bhi Do Yaro in 1983, where he was the assistant director. We also have with us designer Sumant Jayakrishnan. The funny thing was, recently at one of the IMA conferences, we had the person who was the artistic director of Burning Man from the United States, and she made this presentation of Burning Man and all of the amazing designs that you see at Burning Man, not necessarily done by her, but this whole group of people. And then Sumant presented his presentation, and it just bowled everybody away. We forget that Sumant is one of the most celebrated designers today, not just in India, but across the world. So we're delighted to have Sumant joining us on the jury.
दोस्तों, इस वर्ष मेटा को लेकर हुए प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में एक पैनल डिस्कशन भी हुआ. उस पैनल डिस्कशन का टॉपिक था 20 years of मेटा, a legacy of representation and diversity, जिसमें मुख्य रंगकर्मियों ने भाग लिया. आइए आपको दिखाते हैं इस पैनल डिस्कशन के कुछ अंश.
Thank you all so much for being here with us today. MK, I'm going to start with you invariably, of course, and hopefully you won't walk out of the Taj as well. I said hopefully you won't walk out of the Taj as well. What I wanted, 20 years, MK, and I'm going to go back also to the Sehmat days, the advent of Sehmat. Sehmat came about to really celebrate, in many ways, an incident which was horrific, but it continued to celebrate arts every year from the 1st to the 3rd of January. In these 20 years, can you give us an overview of how you've seen theatre being representative of the world around us? Quite different from what we see on the streets or what we used to see as street theatre. But give us a sense of the journey between what happened in the 80s and what's happening today in 2025.
See what, if you look at the 70s, it was a very, very fervent time. You know, when Tendulkar arrived, Girish Karnad, everybody arrived, and plays, once they were done in Hindi, they used to be immediately translated into regional languages if they were good plays. Or a Bengali play will be done here, immediately it will be done. And who did it? It was only theatre people are doing it. Now what has happened that new playwrights are appearing everywhere. And place like Meta is one of the places which celebrates that new work. And lot of activity in theatre is going on everywhere, but very few activities you can say are which are very meaningful, which have a future, which thinking, where the thinking happens. Otherwise, you will see. We were talking, Ashish said, in his little town there are 40 repertory companies. Kashmir has 90 repertory companies, given tiny city grants by the government of India, but which they don't work at all. I think we have grown in celebrating. We have grown in writing and various forms of narrative being done. And it's no more than a proscenium theatre. It's not more than a British architecture theatre that where you Elizabethan, where you go down stage of. Now it is, grammar has completely cracked, and that is the great thing that has happened. It is no more that you don't have a theatre, you can't do a play. You can do it in anywhere now. Even I have experience of doing a play in the prison, for example, or you do in a medical ward you want to do a play. The very definition of theatre has also changed. It has got now various special. It is used for education now. It is used for activism. It is used for political purposes. Even in Andhra Pradesh, police department has a street theatre group also. So dynamics of it, I think, is because it is live. But I have one thing, that the training schools that are not their money. In fact, I say sometimes that theatre in India is just the largest voluntary enterprise. Best of the people who are doing the great theatre, wonderful actors who work with, we lose them very fast. They have to go to earn. They have to go to Bombay to do OTT, films or whatever. All of them don't make a great success, but they do make a decent living. But there is no idea in the States or anywhere how you create companies like the West has. You know, they have national theatre, they have regional theatre. There is this always the tension, which director is going to come into this company, who will entice that director coming here. We don't have that. But what we have is the madness of theatre in the rural area. It is their family affair. It is their generations with them. And they will never leave it. Colonialism came, all kinds of things came, they perform. And with that is where what is beautiful is where our eye has gone on in these 20 years, that there's a pedagogy of learning from these regional theatres also. There are different, brilliant methods of training their actors, their musicians, that is there, which is not documented, which has not come into the mainstream. For example, you see, I always say that, these Indian actors, I was talking to Ashish about, for example, Habib Tanveer's group. We lost the last actor recently, Ravi. I have worked him. They were the actors, only God created them, I think. They are multiple disciplinary actors. They can sing, they can dance, they can do acrobatics, they can do costume designing, they can do, they're Natya Shastra tells you what an actor's definition is, which is an Asian actor. They are trained like, that has not been coming into the major training programs here. Who will do that? I always say that it is a unique country like African country, that each region has a national school of drama. But it is in rags, in fact. Nobody is trying to own it, do something with it. Maybe some corporate people come, And I learn how to look at you.
Well, Sunil Munjal is planning to do that. So, as part of the new venue that they're creating in Delhi, that's also going to become not just a venue, but a workshop space. It's going to become a theater training place. It's going to become a music training program. So, he really wants to do it in a holistic way.
Wonderful. If that happens, in fact, you see what is happening, Ashish, and we were talking here. It is now possible, for me, it is not possible to do theatre in Delhi, to be honest about it, because it's too costly. If you have to have very few theatres that too in the Mandi House, nowhere else. You're condemned only come to Mandi House to do theatre. I would like to do theatre in Noida. I would like to do theatre where the population is moving. New cities are coming up. There are 4 or 5 cities around. There is no performance space there. And these spaces, because of the demand, prices are very high. And for space, as you said, to rehearse, you have to hunt for a space. Those basic problems have remained while theatre has grown enormous.
Bishnupriya, in your latest book, which you've co-written, you really look at theatre activism. And what was fascinating was to see that journey of theatre activism, whether it was in IPTA, whether it was internationally in Poland, whether it's in the USA, in a mainstream musical, say, for example, like Hamilton, where they used performers of color to represent the white slave owners. In that trajectory, how do you see, has theatre in India sort of broken free of the colonial shackles, as you've written about? And what is the role today of protest theatre? The Prime Minister very recently talked about how they have relegated the law that used to look at censorship of theatre production from 1893. And we'll come 1876. But there was an amendment after that as well. So tell us how you see the theatre as an academic.
First and foremost, the book which we sort of edited together came out of a project which sort of tried to go back to the left cultural practices and how do we look at it today, from today's perspective. So we sort of trace the history of the political theatre, a theatre which sort of didn't get into the state funding. It sort of avoided, all the state awards and even corporate funding to sort of be on its own, to be amateur. So theatre, at least the political theatre in India, never went, the way cinema did and became a sort of a culture industry. So it retained some sort of autonomy, and I think it still does, where they can speak out, they can critique. And of course, there's been a lot of censorship. We know people in IPTA have been arrested. Our theatre group, which was the little theatre group, and then the People's Little Theatre. My father, Utpal Dutt, was arrested twice under the Preventive Detention Act and then the Maintenance of Internal Security Act. So those were the 70s and 80s, but I think theatre worked out some sort of, economic system, its own locations in the public domain and public sphere, where it could talk about relevant political issues, about social issues, about, what is significant in society. And they were ready to be agonistic towards the state. Again, there was, as we know, a lot of state funding, and which sort of prevented it from going, actually into becoming a commercial culture industry. And today, of course, the scenario is very different. And though, of course, I'm here and I'm not saying it because I'm here. See, what has happened is a sort of neoliberalism, where it's becoming more and more difficult for the theatre to survive without aid and funding. And of course, we know what the Indian state does also in terms of controlling cultural productions today. And it's a very, difficult situation. And neoliberalism sort of pushes you towards, corporate funding. And there I have to say, and what I think Mr. Shah was trying to say, that Mahindra, for 20 years they've been doing it. when I came to Delhi 25 years ago, you know, everybody told me, oh, you'll be so depressed. There's no theatre. And I've grown up going to the theatre every single day of my life. And thanks to Mahindra, you know, this is where I've seen very important landmark plays, which I've written about, researched. My students, we get to, you know, we get them to see the plays so they can actually equate theory and practice and see the theatre. And I think what's been the best thing about, you know, the Meta is there's a process in place. There's a system in place. It's not, you know, the Mahindras or Mr. Shah who's deciding this is good for us. It propagates and is a propaganda for corporatization. So you have that. It's not that. You all follow so many layers of selection. It's a process which works because every year, you know, I really get stunned of the choice of plays, its diversity. The political, last year there was Ghanta Ghanta. This year there's, you know, Where's My Son? And I don't think, you know, you all shy away from taking important political positions, social positions. And that's why, you know, I feel it's really very rare that you know, it's not state funding, which today we know can be very hegemonic. It's not direct corporate funding, but it works in a way which allows an autonomy of the theatre, which, and like you said, I think theatre is indispensable. You know, it's a live performance. I don't believe it's elitist. I don't believe it's only for, you know, a few. I think it's reaching out to the people. It's, you know, people to people. It's body to body. It can say things. It has an efficacy which no other art form has.
Jay, I'm going to ask you to respond to that, but in a second. Ashish Pathak, you know, Sarpagati was such a seminal player. जब हमने ये NCPA में ले गए थे इस बार, जैसे आपने देखा जो रिस्पॉन्स मिला लोगों को, और सारे जो थिएटर कम्युनिटी आए, उनका यही था कि हमारा यहाँ बॉम्बे में इस तरीके से प्ले बन ही नहीं सकता. एक तो क्योंकि बॉम्बे और दिल्ली ऐसे जगह में तो 3 हफ्ते या 6 हफ्ते कई रिहर्सल होता है. आप लोग तो पूरा साल 1 या 2 साल लग जाता है आपको एक प्ले कंस्ट्रक्ट करने के लिए. The stories that we are now getting from places like Jabalpur या Kozhikode or Manipur, etc., are really the stories of India. And there's such a difference in the depth of that narrative. तो थोड़ा आप बताइए कि as a playwright, and you've done over 20 plays, you've directed so many plays, आपको क्या लगता है in terms of the movement or the maturing of theatre, moving away from what used to be the hegemony, as she said, of Bengal or Bombay or Marathi theatre or Bengali theatre or in later times theatre in Gujarat, etc. What is your sense of it?
छोटे शहर की जहाँ तक बात है तो कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन इज़ वेरी लो. आपको एक रिहर्सल स्पेस जो बड़े शहर में मुश्किल से आपको 40-50 हज़ार रुपये महीने में मिलेगा, वो हमारे यहाँ प्रेमवश भी दे देता है कोई कि इस जगह आप रिहर्सल कर लो. बच्चे अपना टिफ़िन खुद ले आते हैं. वो इतने महत्वाकांक्षी नहीं और उनकी प्रेरणाएं आर्थिक नहीं है और वो इतने महत्वाकांक्षी नहीं है कि किसी वेब सीरीज़ में किसी अभिनेता के पीछे उछलते हुए दिख जाएं. तो वहाँ पर आपके पास एक इकोसिस्टम है और वो अपनी बात कहना चाहते हैं. उनकी प्रेरणाएं अपनी बात कहने की प्रेरणाएं. हमारे बतौर प्लेराइट इसलिए शायद छोटी छोटी जगहों से जो कहानियाँ और नाटक आ रहे हैं वो ज़्यादा तैयारी से आ रहे हैं. अगर हम मुंबई में या दिल्ली में चाहें कि 8 घंटा या 12 घंटा रोज़ मैं अभ्यास कर लूँ इन 15 एक्टर्स के साथ, तो वो असंभव है. उसकी कॉस्ट इतनी हो जाएगी कि उसे संभालना मुश्किल है, अनलेस उसको कहीं से बहुत बड़ा फंड हो. जबलपुर में ये संभव है या छोटी जगह में ये संभव है. दूसरी बात आपने कही प्ले राइटिंग को लेकर, ये चैलेंज बढ़ा है. मैं एक एक्सपर्ट कमेटी में भी हूँ, तो 18 से 22 साल के बच्चों को वो स्कॉलरशिप देती है. तो वहाँ मैं अक्सर बच्चों से ये सवाल पूछता हूँ, वो थोड़ा सा घूम जाते हैं कि मोहन राकेश, बादल सरकार, विजय तेंदुलकर, इनके अतिरिक्त आप महत्वपूर्ण प्ले राइट बताइए. तो वो चौंक जाते हैं, या महेश एलकुंचवार, इनके अतिरिक्त बताएं. तो ये जो अभी सिनेरियो है, अभी जो लोग पढ़कर आए हैं, एनएसडी से आए हैं, या जो नॉन एनएसडीएन है मेरे जैसे भी, जिनका प्रशिक्षण अलग तरह से हुआ है, जिंदगी ने या स्वाध्याय से हुआ है, तो अभिनेता उस तरह के नाटक नहीं चाहता जो पहले लिखे गए हैं। अभिनेता को अपने भीतर के अभिनेता को और एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए अलग तरह का टेक्स्ट चाहिए। दर्शक के लिए अब 2-2.5 घंटे 3 घंटे बैठने का नाटक नहीं चाहिए, उसे 1.25 घंटा 1.5 घंटा 1 घंटा 20 मिनट का कॉम्पैक्ट प्ले चाहिए। संवाद बहुत लंबे नहीं है कि पहले के नाटकों में आप देखेंगे कि एक एक्टर है, वो खड़े होकर डायलॉग बोल रहा है 1.5 पेज का और 7 लोग खड़े होकर उसे सुन रहे हैं, ये लगभग असंभव है। तो छोटे छोटे संवाद, ऐसे में जिन लोगों को पोइट्री आती है और जो 1, 2, 2.5, 3 लाइन में वो शायद 1.5-2 पेज की बात कह पाते हैं, तो पोइट्री बहुत तेजी से आई है प्ले राइटिंग में, तो कम शब्दों में आप बहुत अच्छी बात कहें। दूसरा, ये जो विजुअल लैंग्वेज आई है, जो दृश्य संरचना आई है, वो उस तरह से नहीं है कि अब मोहन राकेश का कोई नाटक है आषाढ़ का एक दिन और वो बता रहे हैं एक झोपड़ी है, बारिश हो रही है, नायिका आ रही है। अब वो जो दृश्य संरचना है कि ये 3 डंडे हैं, उनके बीच में ऊन से खिंचा हुआ एक त्रिभुज है और नायक नायिका आपस में झगड़ा कर रहे हैं कि यहाँ रह नहीं सकता, वहाँ जा नहीं सकता। तो दृश्य संरचना ने बहुत बदला है। तो प्ले राइटर के पास ये भी एक चुनौती है कि वो इतना खुला रखे अपने दृश्य विधान को कि निर्देशक के पास वो स्वतंत्रता हो कि आपको एक टाइट या जटिल या पक्का दृश्य विधान।
पर ये स्वतंत्रता की बात है या इकोनॉमिक्स की बात है, जहां तक कि सिंप्लीफिकेशन ऑफ द सेटिंग?
दोनों भी है। मुझे लगता है जो अभी का समय है वो संकेतों, मेटाफर और अभिधा का समय नहीं है, बहुत लक्षणा और व्यंजना का समय है। मतलब इनडायरेक्ट कहने का वक्त है आर्टिस्ट के सामने। बहुत सीधा कहना आपत्तिजनक होता है और बहुत सारे लोगों की भावनाओं को ठेस पहुंचा सकता है। तो आर्ट के सामने, आर्टिस्ट के सामने ये लक्षणा और व्यंजना, चाहे वो दृश्य संरचना हो चाहे प्ले राइटिंग में हो, तो ये सारी चीज़ों को समाहित करना है। और बहुत सारे कला रूप इसमें हैं, बहुत सी डिफरेंट फैकल्टीज हैं और सभी में अलग अलग ढंग से डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है। तो प्ले राइट के पास ये चैलेंज है कि वो ऐसी स्क्रिप्ट प्रोड्यूस करे जिसमें हाईली इंटरेस्टेड हो, जिसमें वो निर्देशक भी देखे अपना कि मेरे लिए करने को कुछ है, सेट वाला देखे, म्यूजिक वाला देखे। म्यूजिकलिटी इन थिएटर हैज़ बीन चेंज्ड। पहले म्यूजिकल प्ले वो थे जिसमें 5 गाने हैं, अभी ऐसा नहीं है। हो सकता है एक भी गाना ना हो, लेकिन वो जो म्यूजिकलिटी पैदा हो रही है, हो सकता है सिलाई मशीन से हो रही हो या वाटर टैप से हो रही हो। तो चीज़ें बहुत बदली हैं और ये एक बहुत चुनौतीपूर्ण समय है। मोहन राकेश पदातिक के साथ बैठते हैं, अपना नाटक डिस्कस करते हैं, लाइन हटाते हैं, एडिट करते हैं, अभिनेता के संभावित प्रश्नों का जवाब देते हैं और अपना टेक्स्ट बदलते हैं। अब तो स्थिति ये हो गई है कि नाटक वही लोग लिख रहे हैं जो 24 घंटे एक रेपेट्री के साथ काम कर पा रहे हैं और उनकी आशाओं, अपेक्षाओं, स्वप्न और इच्छाओं को उस प्ले राइटिंग में डाल पा रहे हैं।